he left off with a double and a run scored late in the game. Tim Hudson's last start was in late July, and tonight he returns to the rotation looking to be the stopper for the Orange and Black. It's game 2 of the series. Giants D-backs next. Yes, indeed. We're in the desert. We're coming to you from Chase Field as we get ready for Giants baseball, game 2 of this 3-game series. Giants and Diamondbacks. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, the Giants, they took it on the chin yesterday. It was Labor Day. It was kind of a dud. And the Giants are hoping to bounce back. And they're going to try to bounce back with a veteran, a guy that's pitching in his last year, and that's Tim Hudson.
Well, and what we saw from Hudson his last 2 outings, which have been out of the bullpen, is a good sinker and a good hard slider. Much crisper stuff than what we saw prior to him going on the disabled list when he was throwing out about 3 different hot spots of pain. So what can you expect from him tonight? If he's on, you're going to see a lot of ground balls. The Giants have an outstanding defense in the infield, and he looks to take advantage of it. And the other thing, too, don't be afraid to get a couple of big money hits. The Giants are looking for that money hit with men on base. They're going to need to do that against Chase Anderson tonight. Those are the keys.
How about a money ball that goes over the fence? You all right with that?
I'm in.
All right. It's Hudson. It's Anderson. It's Giants baseball. Stay tuned. We'll take you to our Comcast Sportsnet studios for an update, and we'll do that right after this.
on CSN Bay Area is brought to you by Jack in the Box. For a limited time, try the new Portobello Mushroom Buttery Jack with melted garlic herb butter. And by Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places.
Back here at Chase Field as we get ready for Giants baseball. D-backs have taken the field. Our game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The admission-free boardwalk is open this weekend. 100 degrees outside, very comfortable inside, humidity low, and the roof is closed. Let's take a look at the lineup for the Giants against Chase Anderson, the right-hander. It'll be Pagan and then Joe Panik. Remember, it was all the way back in Texas, and that was the last start for Joe Panik. It'll be Duffy, Posey, and Bird. Belt, he's going to hit in the 6th slot, then Crawford, Blanco, and Hudson.
On the hill tonight for these Diamondbacks will be the right-hander Chase Anderson. This is what he has done at 24 starts, 6-5 with a 4.26 ERA. He's got a good fastball. It's mid-90s. He will 4 and 2 seam that fastball. Big curveball and a changeup. Basically a 3-pitch guy. High 3/4 release. You're going to see a lot of tilt on that curveball. And for Chase Anderson, he is a guy that can get strikeouts with that curveball, whether you're left-handed or right-handed. It's a good strikeout pitch. Let's take a look at the defense playing behind Anderson tonight here at Chase Field. Starting in the outfield from left to right, it'll be Peralta, Pollock, and Tomas. And the best arm is in right field with Tomas, Owings, and Lamb on the left side of the infield. Goslin and Goldschmidt will be on the right side. Jared Saltalamacchia, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
So Anderson to face Pagan to open up the ball game. And the first pitch of the ball game is a called strike. So we get started right on time, 6:40. Pagan fouls the next pitch back and out of play.
Anderson 1-1 lifetime against the Giants. You saw him early in the year and threw 7 shutout innings and 1 hit him. And then the next time they saw him, he gave up 10 hits and 7 runs in 3 2/3. So somewhere in between those 2 outings is the real Chase Anderson.
The umpire, Angel Hernandez, behind the plate. Then it's Conroy, Barrett, and Hamari from first to third. Strike 3 call, and that's how this game gets started.
That's a good changeup right there off a 2-seam grip coming back into the strike zone. You can see a lot of low strikes early with Angel Hernandez. Look at the movement on this little changeup. And the thing about Hernandez strike zone is that it will rise up as the game wears on. So you get low strikes early, you'll get higher strikes later.
So here's Joe Panik back in the starting lineup. Had a double as a pinch hitter yesterday. Here he takes a low. Duffy to follow. Swinging a foul back, so that evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike.
There you see the pitches and how Chase Anderson uses them. 62% of the time you're going to get a fastball. League's hit 305 against him. His best pitch is that curveball. And he kind of saves that for strikeout situations. League's hit 211 off that.
Panik hitting at .311. He's 1 for 5 in his career against Chase Anderson. And he fouls this fastball out of play. It remains at 1 and 2. One ball, 2 strikes. The pitch is in the dirt.
Anderson, 6'1", 195-pounder. That's really not tall by pitcher standards. He's in his 2nd year at the big league level. out of the University of Oklahoma.
Inside 3-2. So after today, 23 games remaining. There's Duffy.
Going fast.
We were just here doing a spring training game. I thought that was ball 4.
I thought it was ball 4.
Yep, and I think the dugout's trying to. They need to get the attention of somebody. They need to get the attention of somebody. That's ball 4. I mean, if I'm not even going to say it.
Well, it can happen.
I'm not going to say anything.
I'll go back and replay the whole at bat now. I mean, up on the board it had 3-2, and then the pitch was called a ball, and then nothing happened. I don't think Angel Hernandez has a hand indicator. I don't know if any of the umpires do. A lot of these guys are completely dependent upon the scoreboard.
Well, that would be a mistake if you're dependent on the scoreboard. I mean, we're a little biased to the people that run our scoreboard.
Well, they're going to have to go back and take a look at this and count the pitches.
And I don't even know if this is considered a replay. This replay review is presented by Xfinity.
Ted Barrett on your left, he's the crew chief. Angel Hernandez, the plate umpire. Talking it over with all the umpires that are working tonight in New York. And they'll go back and replay the whole at bat.
Joe Panik didn't leave any indication that he thought it was ball 4.
Well, maybe the scorekeeper, who the official score guy, messed with all of us. So they rewind the whole thing, go back pitch by pitch.
So, ball 4.
I mean, you know who deked everybody was Panik. I mean, I thought he was going to drop his bat and start walking. He never made the move to do so. Well, way to go, Angel Hernandez. There goes your perfect game. Now they're all laughing about it now. But it's a good thing somebody in the Giants dugout.
Well, they started doing jumping jacks in the dugout.
Now here was the 3-2 pitch. And Panik didn't do anything, but the bench is going, hey, hey, hey.
So here's Duffy, and Duffy takes a strike. Let's keep track of this at home now. No balls and 1 strike.
Hey, you have our attention now.
Duffy hitting at 302. Not close. Yep, he's going to get thrown out of the game if he's not careful.
1-1. That's the count.
Well, I guess you find out if they really do have a sense of humor.
Well, I mean, think back a couple years ago. Guess what? You get 5 pitches. You get 5 balls. That's great if you're out there on the mound, but if you're Joe Panik, It's not so great. So once again, instant replay prevails.
Two balls and one strike. So now they've got Chase Anderson in the stretch. And he's fallen behind 2-1. Duffy 1 for 4 in the game last night. And it goes, and a slow roller to third. So Lamb is going to make the play. And Buster Posey is going to hit.
I see a lot of balls on the ground with Anderson if he's right.
So here's Posey. Buster with 3 hits last night. 16 on the road trip. You see where he's hitting at 330.
He can hit. Trying to win another bat crown.
He's 3 for 6 lifetime against Chase Anderson. And our first meeting.
Posey trails Bryce Harper of the Washington Nationals by 3 points. Harper at 333. He's got an 0 for 4 tonight in Washington in that series between the Nationals and the Mets. B. Gordon with Posey at 330.
One ball and no strikes, and maybe that conversation between Saltalamacchia and Anderson was, let's not give this guy anything to hit. Two and 0. He's been hitting the ball all over the place. See, the home run went to the opposite way in Denver. A lot of his extra base hits go the other way. And a called strike. It's 2 balls and 1 strike.
Well, when a guy has that type of distribution with his hits on the spray chart, it really makes it difficult to pitch to a guy like that because he is using the whole field. That simply means he's going with whatever location you're giving him. Pitch him away, he'll go to right field. Change up, wrapping around that outside corner. Posey immediately rubbernecking with Angel Hernandez, making that very point. That went around the plate. Anderson, you have to throw another one like that.
Absolutely. And you got Pagan with it, and he's got 2 strikes to Posey with it. And Buster fouls it out of play.
And he was jumping out there for it. It's an uncomfortable position to be in as a hitter when you think you have to expand your at bat because of the strike zone. A pitch that was called against you. Well, now you got to get after it. To assume it's going to get called a strike again.
It'll expose you in, that's for sure. And they're going to say he went around, and Buster's going to say that he hit it. Always amazes me.
You can see it change direction.
Absolutely.
This ball hits the bat. Kind of blocked by the follow through of the back foot of Anderson. I think he had a pretty good look at it from the side.
Pollock, followed by Goslin, Goldschmidt, and then David Peralta, who's been really swinging the bat well. Salta Lamakia, followed by Lamb, Tomas, and Owings, and Anderson will hit 9th.
On the hill tonight for the Giants will be the right-hander Tim Hudson, 4-time All-Star, making start number 18 of the year, 6-8 with a 4.69 ERA, 55 strikeouts and 103 innings. Sinker, slider. He'll throw a curveball and a changeup. 2 types of fastball. And for Hudson, 9-2 lifetime against these D-backs with a 2.36 ERA.
Pollock hitting at .317. And he rolls it foul. Pollock hit a long home run last night, his 16th. And the pitch is low, 1-2. Goslin and then Goldschmidt. Crawford charges and gets a nice hop. 1 out.
And that's what you're looking for when Hudson is pitching. Let's take a look at the defense playing behind Hudson. Starting in the Giants outfield from left to right, it'll be Blanco, Pagan, and Bird. Crawford, Duffy on the left side of the infield, Panic and Bell on the right side. Buster Posey, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs. For Tim Hudson, his 17th year at the big league level, 6'1", 175 pounder.
Goslin's home run, really the big swing in the game yesterday, gave the D-backs a 3-0 lead in the 2nd inning. And I guess what it did is it got him a start today. This is the home run.
Just to get it in breaking ball for Mike Leake. Wanted to get ahead with that pitch, and he never got a chance to throw another one in that at bat. Goslin jumping all over the slider.
And that's foul. Close. Give you an idea how hard the infield is and how hard it is in front of home plate.
Well, I find that unusual because Chase Anderson is a sinker ball pitcher. You would think because of their own guy being a sinker baller, they'd soften up that dirt.
Yeah, I think, Mike, that they probably try and it doesn't matter.
That last ball, it bounced like it was on cement.
2-2.
It's like taking infield in the Walmart parking lot.
It's not good. Crawford on the backhand. Got him. 2 down. Nice play.
Well, it's the signature play of a big league shortstop. It's a play where Brandon Crawford really shines, and it is one of his strengths. As he gets to this, watch him plant the back leg. There's no shuffle step. It's just rock back and go. And he's always had a very strong arm. Here he needs to lean on it. And in the end, they get Goslin, who runs well by a quarter step. Nice play.
Here's Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt's got 4 doubles and a home run lifetime against Hudson. That's 6 for 20. So 5 of the 6 hits have been extra base hits. And tight, 1 ball and 1 strike. Still a lot of movement from Tim Hudson. Threw a couple of really good innings in Denver, and you may have mentioned that. Crawford again, and an off balance throw, and he got him. What a play. Giants fans digging it. So's Hudson. So are we.
Area is brought to you by Bay Area Mini.
Dodgers are in town at the end of the month, and on September 28th and October 1st, there are $25 dynamic deals for the games on the 28th and 29th. That series will start on the 28th, so those 2 dates, 28th and 29th. Dynamic deals. Visit sfgiants.com/dynamic deal. Here's Bird. Bird takes outside for a ball. It'll be Bird, Belt, and Crawford. Two balls and no strikes. Bird, couple of hits yesterday, 2 for 4. It wasn't a game where the Giants didn't get any hits. They just didn't get any runs. There's a big tapper to third as Lamb will cut in front of Owens and throw out Bird.
Nice play. The rule, if you're playing third base, take everything you can get. As it turned out, he got over it and cut off the shortstop, and I think it would have been an easier play for Chris Owings, the shortstop. Lamb had to make an awkward throw, and he wanted to make it a great play with it. Not easy.
So here's Belt. Belt with a swing and a foul, and it's no balls and 1 strike. Belt hitting at .278, 0 for 4 in the game yesterday on Labor Day, and there's a foul back. It's 0-2. Giants are 2-6 on this trip, so they'd like to finish strong. Belt rolls it. That's a fair ball. 2 down. And here's Crawford.
Now both pitchers have locked in that low part of the strike zone with good sinking fastballs. Seen a lot of ground balls tonight. Was there ever an advantage to having a fast infield as an infielder?
If you're an infielder and you were going for the batting title,
So
that was the only time.
Defensively, it's a disadvantage.
No, it's absolutely. Shortens your range. You don't really get a chance to show how athletic you are.
No time.
Crawford takes a strike, gets 0-1. Crawford 0 for 4. He's at .257. And he fouls this one back. Gregor Blanco is on deck with 2 outs here in the second. And the target is in, and it's low, 1-2.
And that's high velocity sink at 94, getting that type of movement.
Almost got him. Crawford, I think, thought that it was going to get him. It's 2-2. Tim Hudson hoping that he can hit here in the second. And Crawford out swinging. 3 strikeouts for Anderson. 0-0.
Bottom of the first inning when Brandon Crawford ties a major league record. There's an assist here. He goes deep in the hole. There's an assist. And here, a double clutch. It still has enough on it to get Paul Goldschmidt. And that's 3 assists in 1 inning. That ties a major league record. That is our Ford Wright choice.
And Goldschmidt's not slow.
No, he's not. I thought as soon as he went to a double clutch, I thought no chance. And in the end, not close.
He got enough on it. So here's David Peralta, who's been red hot. He had 2 hits yesterday on Labor Day. And he pulls the first pitch foul.
Can't tell you how much quicker the sink is on the sinker for Hudson, how much sharper the break is on the slider for Hudson than before he went on the disabled list. Night and day.
Runs that fastball inside. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. High fastball popped straight back just to our left and out of play. Hudson rubbing up the new baseball. I think he's done a few times in his career.
Yeah, he could pick a baseball up in his hand and could tell you if the seams are good on it in the instant.
Hit to Panic.
All right, time now for our AT&T Uverse Rewind. And Tim Hudson's last start was July 26 against the A's. And in that game, he went 5 innings, 7 hits allowed. He went 3 runs, a couple of walks, 1 strikeout in 82 pitches. And he hit his 19th career double. And with the win, Hudson became the 15th pitcher to beat all current teams in the big leagues. It was kind of an historic afternoon.
Here's Saltalamacchia hitting at 203. That was that line against the A's. Only 1 strikeout, but a lot of ground balls. Overshift is on. And it's high, 2-0.
The wishbone defense, as our former partner Ted Robinson used to say.
Not a strike, gets 2-1.
It's a good sink though. I mean, Saltalamacchia, like a lot of left-hand hitters, they like that low strike down and in. And I think when he saw that thing out of the hand of Hudson, he's thinking that was a pretty good pitch to hit, and then it just bottomed out.
Hit on the ground. It'll be Panic from shallow right field. He's become very adept at fielding ground balls from right field.
Well, and you know what happens too, and it's a beautiful thing when you're a pitcher, especially a sinker ball. When you think that a ball when it gets hit in the direction of a particular infielder, that it's an automatic out, and then that's what Panic has done. And that's the confidence that his pitching staff has in him. And the only way you get that type of reputation is consistency.
Here's Jake Lamb. So here's Ted, right? Coming up with this wishbone defense.
Yeah.
He uses it in a baseball situation.
Yeah.
I guarantee you now, anytime during the Niner season, he's going to say that.
But he's going to think about it 2 or 3 times. There is no wishbone defense in football. There's an offense.
In tight, 2-0.
I don't know. As we speak, Ted Robinson, the voice of the Niners, may be studying for one such place in a football game where he could use the wishbone defense.
Just to prove us wrong. Swing. You're going to miss. 2 balls and 1 strike.
It's a good sink.
On the ground, foul. They have what they call their golden oldies, although I think they canned that whole thing.
Oh, he's got his glove. Oh, left-hander.
Golden Glover, so what, he didn't give that one away? He stashed. Did you see him stash it?
No, I think he gave it away.
He stashed it. Get on the ground to Panic. And that's going to end the inning. So Panic ties a Major League record. There's records all over the place. Now he gives it away.
Area is brought to you by the Association of California Water. Rethink your young with SaveOurWater.com.
Hey, check out MLB.com at bat, the #1 app for live baseball. Enjoy live look-ins, highlights, replay reviews, and more. Go to MLB.com at bat right now.
Here's Gregor Blanco, a 0-0 ball game. It'll be Blanco, Hudson, and then Pagan. Blanco drives one. Center field. Hit well. It is a triple.
Weirdest triple I've ever seen.
You're serious. It is out of here.
You nailed that one, partner.
My goodness.
Well, it hits above the yellow line, and that's all it's got to do. And there you see.
Well, it didn't just hit over the line.
I mean, he cleared it by a bunch.
Hudson dribbles it foul.
Yeah, that's 2 times on this road trip that Gregor Blanco has hit big-time home runs to straightaway center. Hit one in Colorado, and that thing stayed hit a long time. This one, perhaps even more impressive.
High drive. Left field. Out of here. Tim Hudson, his first home run of the year. How about that?
His 4th home run lifetime. And that just stunned Chase Anderson. Give Tim Hudson a little rest. He's a threat with a bat and with his arm.
So back to back, and here's Pagan. And if you're Pagan, I don't care. You got to go for it.
Stay in the game. That's Angel talking to Angel. He's telling him to get in the box. Angel Hernandez, Angel Pagan.
Well, I'll tell you which Angel will win out of this. And this is lofted into center field, and Pagan's got a hit.
We go back and show you the 2-0 pitch that he was upset about.
Now this goes also back to his first at bat.
It's the first pitch, I beg your pardon.
So you're always going to get some weirdness.
Time now for our meeting on the mound, brought to you by Ring Central. Business communications made simple. Mike Harkey coming out there saying, hey, get your focus back. Don't let those 2 home runs be a distraction. And really, that's all you can do. Just try and get your pitcher back on the pitch. Here's the swing of the bat from Tim Hudson. A challenge fastball right at the belt. And Tim Hudson, for the 4th time in his career, his long, illustrious career, just to circle the bags. And that lit the bench up.
Here's Panic. Panic drew a walk in the first. One ball and no strikes.
2013 against the Nationals, the last time he hit a home run while being a member of the Atlanta Braves.
Down the right field line. Pagan on the move. He can run. Tomas is digging it out, and Pagan's digging for home, and he's going to make it. It's 3-0. Boy, is it good to have that kid back.
Oh, indeed. Joe Panic. First start. 39 games. And yes, it is good to see this swing again. Tries a front door, a sinker stays inside it. As that sinker has now elevated for Anderson, and Panic jumps all over it. And this is a ballpark, because of the corners down in the right field and left field lines, you get triples, and you have chances to score if you're at first base in less than 2 outs.
So here's Duffy. Duffy bounced out to third. Gonna miss. No balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, he was trying to go Tim Hudson.
High changeup. Down low. 1 ball and 1 strike with Buster Posey on deck.
Backed it up. Another changeup.
Base hit, center field. Here comes Panic. They're going to wave Panic in. Here's the throw home. It is not in time. It's 4-0. Duffy with a base hit and an RBI.
RBI number 66 for Duffy.
That's 5 hits in a row, and they've all been loud, with the exception of Pagan's. Pagan's is a little doing.
And you've got Bracho, the right-hander, Reynolds, the lefty, getting heated up in the Diamondbacks bullpen. And this is an extreme red alert.
That's it. So Chip Hale comes out. He said, I've heard enough. Not seen enough. I've heard enough. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and smog experts. We'll be back.
Is brought to you by Amici's East Coast Pizzeria. When you want the best pizza in town, Amici's delivers.
4-0, all 4 runs here in the third.
New pitcher now for the Diamondbacks will be Silvino Bracho. 6th game that he's been in since he's been called up. Got called up at the end of August. Started the season out in Visalia, the A-ball affiliate with the Diamondbacks, and wound up in Mobile, the Double-A club. Had a good season, was their closer. You'll see a low to mid-90s fastball, hard slider, and a changeup. More sliders to righties, more changeups to lefties.
And a first pitch strike, and it's 0-1. Buster struck out in the first inning with Bird to follow. Nobody out. 5 straight hits, 2 of them home runs. In the dirt, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Bracho from Maracaibo, Venezuela.
Foul back. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Outfield pretty much straight away. Pollock a little bit towards the gap in right center. Pop back and out of play again. Tough loss tonight for the Nationals. They had I believe a 5-run lead and they lost it. As the Mets come back and beat them 8-7.
Wow. Huge win for the Mets.
They're up 7-1. I beg your pardon. I caught it when it was 7-2. Posey, left field, but it's right at Peralta. Buster Posey's retired. That's the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up Marlon Byrd. So with that win for the Mets, they now lead the East by 6 games.
Now they've come into this 3-game series into Washington and won the first 2 games on the road. Impressive wins for the Mets.
Tight to Bird.
Mets had Matt Harvey, who's really been wrapped up in a lot of controversy the last week and a half. He started that game. They got 7. The Nationals got 7 runs off of him. He left the ball game, and it was 7-1 Mets losing. So they picked him up. He spit the hook, and Mets walk out here with another win. Wow.
1-0 pitch to Bird as Duffy bouncing around. Still panic. Good to have him back. I think I said that a couple of times already.
But you really meant it.
I do. I mean it.
I think every Giants fan will agree with you. However, in his absence, the Giants found another player that they really like, and Kelby Tomlinson.
Swing and a miss by Bird. A 1 ball and 1 strike. So Duffy, who's got 8 steals this year, he hasn't been caught. Target in. Bird digs it out and pops it out of play. So that's 93. That's right about what you said.
Yeah, low to mid 90s, more lows than mids. But I mean, obviously, he's got some confidence to go from A ball to the big leagues. I mean, that's a pretty good jump.
Foul back, so that pitch was out over the plate. There's Belt. Look out. 2-2.
Chris Conroy, the umpire at first base, saying no swing. So they just found out that Bracho's not afraid to go inside with that fastball.
Two pitch. Here it is. Instead, a throw to first.
Like Bracho stumbled as he was coming off the mound.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Bracho at the belt. Got him.
So it throws a fastball right through him, and I think Bird's walking back to the Giants dugout thinking, how did I miss that? Pretty good pitch to hit. Fastball, and he was just simply late on it. Can't believe it.
So here's Belt. Belt will be the 8th hitter to hit here in the 3rd. Overshift is on. This is not a park in this situation where you want to try to lay down a bunt because of the overshift. Although I think Belt would love to do it and pick up a base hit.
Well, It's there if he wants it.
0-1. Duffy with his lead. Up high, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Got a guy coming out of A-ball double. I mean, not a lot of guys at the big league level are going to know much about him. So, in that Bracho's from Maracaibo, Venezuela, everybody's going to turn to the guys who are from Venezuela. Gregor Blanco, Hector Sanchez. What do you know about this guy? You can't be in this game without somebody knowing something about you.
I know one thing, he likes to pitch inside. And how about that? He hit it right through everybody, and now Duffy's on the move. Tomas is digging it out. Here comes Duffy. Duffy's gonna score. And it's 5-0.
Well, you knew Duffy was going to get a good jump with 2 outs. And again, that little cutaway down in the corners of both foul lines, it really provides an opportunity for a guy with speed to score all the way from first. And twice we've seen that happen in this inning. But a nice job of going down and digging 1 out. Just simply beat the defense. Boy, look at scoot through that outfield. That's a fast outfield, folks.
That's why you don't bunt.
That's why you don't bunt. Hard to score from first when a guy bunts.
Might not have ever seen it happen unless it was thrown away a few times. So Chip Hale out. He gets the baseball. We have a pitching change and we'll be back.
Is brought to you by Big O Tires. Tires, service, straight talk. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
5-0 as Crawford steps up with Belt at second.
New pitcher now for the D-backs will be Matt Reynolds, the left-hander. He's a veteran in his 5th year at the big league level. You may remember Reynolds when he played with the Colorado Rockies. That's what he's done in 7 games this year. 7 strikeouts in 6 1/3. He's going to give you high 80s fastball. 2 types of movement with the fastball. He's got a big slider and a changeup. And Reynolds, I mean, he's a tall guy, 6'5", and he's got a real short arm delivery. Normally you see guys 6'5" more with a long arm type of a delivery, but not the case with Reynolds.
2-1. On deck is Blanco. He led the inning off with a long home run. And there's a strike. Crawford like to have that one back. It's 2-2.
He wasn't looking fastball, I don't believe. He was sitting on a breaking ball.
I believe you're right. Crawford struck out in the second. 3-2. There's Gregor. Giants had their fantasy football draft last night at the hotel, and it's always great because Gregor Blanco has a team. And he knows nothing about football. But he is a good sport and a lot of fun to be around. This is Gregor Blanco. That's no stinking football. That's a home run. And then Tim Hudson knocks out a home run of his own. Giants score 5 times at 5-0.
CSN Bay Area is brought to you by Pete's Cold Brew. Keep it smooth.
It's 5-0 Giants here in the home half of the third inning. And it'll be Yasmani Tomas and then Chris Owings, followed by the pitcher. Probably a pinch hitter, I would guess.
I would guess you're right. You got activity in that bullpen.
Tomas hitting .284. First pitch strike, and it's 0-1. So Hudson gets to settle down after he hits a big fly. It's got to be an adrenaline rush.
That's important that you say that, because it absolutely happens to a pitcher. When you got to hit a home run, you're not expecting to do that. It can take you completely out of your concentration of the game. But the long inning allowed him to get his focus back, and we'll see how it carries into this bottom half of the third.
Swing and a miss, 1-2.
You start talking about pitches that take the most out of your arm. The slider is the #1 pitch. And for a guy who's in his 17th year, I mean, at some point during the regular season, if you keep running out there, that pitch is going to get diluted.
Got him.
But you give a guy a little rest and he gets his strength back, and boom, He's got a good one tonight.
So here's Owens. I see his quote in the Chronicle this morning. He said, I'm going to go as hard as I can for as long as I can. That's it.
That's it. Don't overthink it.
I mean, if that means 3 innings, great. If that means 6, great.
Well, and the other thing, too, is when you don't have as many pitches as other starters, you're going to get in the strike zone. You're going to throw the strike. I mean, you don't want to start nibbling when you only have 60, 70 pitches in his arm. I mean, the way he's throwing everything out of the windup right now, I mean, he could, if it stays this way, get a little more out of his arm.
Driven to right. Bird broke back. Now he comes in and he makes the catch.
But you'll see it with guys who are swingmen who come out of the bullpen to make a spot start. And the really good ones are the guys that just do like Yusmeiro Petit, throw strikes. Here it is. This is what I got. And they don't nibble. They don't waste pitches. And that's basically what Tim Hudson is doing tonight.
Major League debut for Socrates Brito. And he takes a strike. From the Dominican Republic, as this is tapped to Belt. Belt to Hudson, and Brito in his first at bat in the big leagues has got an infield hit.
Well, they say he could run. And we got a good example of that very thing. Once that ball hit off a home plate, it was going to be a very, very difficult play. And with the speed that Brito has, it's just not going to be a possibility. So the ball goes back to the Diamondbacks dugout. And that's a souvenir for Socrates Brito for life. Let's take a look at his first big league knock. High off the plate. And let's watch him run. I had him at 3-9.
So here's Pollock, who bounced out to short in the first inning. Swing.
There's the authenticator. He was looking for something to do.
Yeah, he was. Very happy that Socrates got an at bat here in the third. Down and into Pollock, 1 ball and 1 strike. Hudson gets the sign from Posey. 1 ball and 1 strike. Swinging a bouncing ball to Crawford. He'll go the short way, and that'll end the inning. Giants are coming up, and it'll be Blanco to lead things off.
CSN Bay Area is brought to you by Max Muscle Sports Nutrition. Now with 25 Bay Area locations. Come visit our newest stores in Pleasanton and Gilroy.
We'll log on to CSNBayArea.com as insider Alex Pavlovich provides wire-to-wire reporting of the Giants season. You get breaking news, videos, special features, and more only on CSNBayArea.com.
So here's Blanco. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and smog experts.
So Josh Coleman, the new pitcher now for these Diamondbacks. 12 starts, the rest of the time out of the bullpen. And when you take your at-bats off Coleman, you're going to see a mid-80s fastball, very straight. A great changeup. He's also got a cutter and a slider.
Two 2-0 with Hudson on deck.
Coleman started the season off. He was the opening day starter for Arizona.
Were we here for that?
Yes, we were.
All right. Back-to-back home runs involving a pitcher, 1979. Mike Sadik and Bob Knepper. This is hit on the ground to second. And Blanco's retired. And those home runs are hit off of Phil Niekro.
Sheik took Phil Niekro deep?
Absolutely. Are you kidding? I bet a bunch of times. And if you think that it was at the launching pad, you'd be wrong. Wind was blowing at the stick, and Sheik hit it right through the breeze. Here's Hudson, who takes a strike. Hudson's got a base hit. He's 2 for 2.
It's 2 legs of the cycle. I guess first time we've ever said that. Now let's take a look at the hack. High fastball. Just flip it into right. That's how you beat that pitch. You go the other way. Have a night, Tim Hudson.
Pagan has struck out and singled. He scored a run. And he takes a strike. That opener you're talking about, Mike, it was a 5-4 win for the Giants. Bumgarner picked up the win. Colementor the loss. Casilla the save. Swing and a miss. Pagan having a hard time staying back, which is kind of the way it is with Colementor.
Well, you say, how does a guy with an 85-mile-an-hour fastball average that throws the ball straight as a string do well at the big league level? Well, it's the motion. Josh Colementor is right over the top, as high as you can get. You call him the hatchet thrower, the tomahawk thrower.
On to third. And that's all they'll get. And with 2 outs, here's Joe Panik. Panik walked in the first and then double homer run in the third. Ouch.
Well, if you have to pick one guy on the Diamondback staff to get hit by, Coleman would probably be the best guy to get. Not that
yeah, 85 doesn't hurt.
Just don't hit him in the back, please. Well, 85 doesn't hurt as much as 95. I'm not saying it doesn't hurt.
So here's Duffy. Duffy's 1 for 2.
I mean, one's like getting punched by your little sister. The other one's like getting punched by your big brother. I mean, it's not going to feel that good, but.
Well, let me ask you this. Will 85 break your nose?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yep. But you have a better chance of getting out of the way at 85 than you do 95. If it's coming at your nose.
Oh, and 1 to Duffy. 1-1 to Duffy. Duffy 0 for 2 lifetime against Coleman. The guy that's got major ownage on Coleman is in the on-deck circle. Buster Posey against Coleman is 11 for 23 with a double and 3 home runs. Maybe getting ahead of ourselves a little bit. But so it's up to Duffy to give Buster Posey a shot. And he might. It's 3-1. So Coleman rubbing up the baseball. See if Duffy gets a good pitch here. It's 3-2. Three and two. Runners will be on the move. Foul back. Good swing. So Pagan at second, Panic at first. 3-2 to Matt Duffy. Runners go. Got him. And that'll end the inning. 5-0 Giants.
may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Baseball Associates, LLC.
All right, here's the Data Strong fan photo of the game. You can tweet your strongest fan photo to hashtag CSNBA Data Strong Fan, and you just might see yourself in an upcoming broadcast brought to you by T-Mobile. And this is Bobby with a picture of his cat, Chelsea, who says, let's close out the season with W's. Okay, that's the plan. And that's our T-Mobile fan photo. There's a cat fan right there.
Okay, really good job on that. Here's Phil Gosselin. Adrianza is now at short, so Crawford out of the game. So one attempt is foul. 1 ball and 1 strike. Swinging on the ground to Belt, who makes a nice play. And he's going to beat Gosselin to the bag. 1 out.
Well, that's one time that the defensive shift paid dividends. Ball was smoked. Nice at bat from Gosselin.
So here's, well, there's the play you're talking about. It did get on a little bit. So here's Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt, 0-2. With Peralta to follow, Giants lead 5-0. All 5 runs came in the 3rd inning. Hudson throws that 0-2 pitch outside. No walks for Tim Hudson, only an infield hit is the one blemish on his line. And that is a solid base hit as that one leaked out over the plate. And Goldschmidt did not miss it.
Now, one of the things we always talk about describing Goldschmidt's offensive abilities is the quickness of his stroke. And this really gives you an example of what is so special about this guy. I mean, he really has a very small load, and the throw of the bat head is so in sync with his lower body and his upper body. It's just quick to the ball, and he's just explosive. That allows him to hit for average, and he hits for power. Guys like that, there aren't that many.
So here's Peralta, who bounced out to Panic at second base in the 2nd inning. 3 ground balls to short in the 1st, 3 ground balls to second in the 2nd. The first 6 outs recorded for Hudson. This is a swinging a foul off the backstop. Hudson rubbing up the new baseball. Tapped to Panic, and Panic really felt like he was going to somehow get in a collision with Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt cannot make contact with him if he doesn't have the ball.
Well, he tried to hold up. I mean, he kind of gets put in a rock and a hard place. He touches the ball and contact's made, and I don't think it was intentional. I think they just crossed paths.
I mean, bottom line is he literally could have cleaned his clock if he wanted to.
You're right, and I saw a guy do that to you, Mike Marshall, who was built like Goldschmidt.
So here's Saltalamacchia.
Broke your collarbone. Similar play.
So they're going to give Peralta a hit.
Joe Panik was grimacing too on that contact. That's the last thing you wanted to have happen to Panik, and he does not look comfortable. Panik, who missed over a month with some lower back problems.
Outside corner strike.
I guarantee he felt that.
Yeah, those are all the plays you'd like to avoid, but what happens is it becomes like Murphy's Law. It's going to happen.
So, if you're Dave Gresham, the Giants head trainer, your stomach is turning.
And a base hit to right field. That's going to load him up. And the hitter is going to be Lamb.
Watch the facial expression as he's taking inventory. It looks like his hand may have taken beating in that collision. Still rubbing his, looked like his forefinger.
So here's Jake Lamb, who bounced out to Panik to end the second. And a strike, and it's 0-1. So Hudson gets right back into the strike zone.
Pitch number 50 for Hudson. There is no activity in the Giants bullpen.
There's a little flare. Duffy chasing, and Duffy's going to make the catch. His throw home is going to be late, and scoring is Goldschmidt, but the ball gets away, and now Hudson needed to get back, and the throw to third, and they got him. What in the world was Peralta doing? And that'll get the Giants and Hudson out of the inning.
admission to the pregame Lego Day build experience, a limited edition Giants player Lego mini build, and a ticket to the game when the Giants will take on the Padres. Go to sfgiants.com/special events and check it out. Well, let's take a look at how things ended for the Diamondbacks in the bottom of the 4th inning. Great play from Matt Duffy to get this, and a heads-up play from Paul Goldschmidt, knowing that Duffy's momentum's going into left field. He tags on the play, scores easily. The ball gets by Posey because Hudson was over at third base. Nobody backing it up. And here, Peralta takes a big turn, thinking that he has a chance to score. Adrianza covers third. Posey throws a strike, and they get the out. And this is a nice heads-up play for Posey. And a good tag by Adrianza. And for the Diamondbacks, an unforgivable mistake from David Peralta.
So here's Posey. Buster tonight is 0 for 2. He lined out to left field in the 3rd. Here he hits one towards the end of the bat. Peralta's coming in, and he slides, and he makes the catch.
Oh, nice play. Peralta wasn't even close to straightaway left field. He was out in left center. He has to come a long way. And boy, does it help to be a left-hander making a play like this. But the play was really made in his route and his speed to get in position to make that play.
So here's Marlon Byrd. Byrd is 0 for 2. And a quick 0-2. Anderson started. Clemente now is the 4th pitcher for Chip Hale, and we're in the 5th inning. Got him. 2nd strikeout. And here's Bell.
So the Diamondbacks will put on the shift. Belton's last at bat really beat the shift with a bullet through the right side between Goldschmidt and Goslin, the second baseman. Got himself an RBI.
That might have been the hardest ball he's hit all year.
Hit it well.
To get it by Goldschmidt, you got to hit it hard, and then Goslin was playing him in to pull. And that pitch is high. 1 ball and 1 strike. It's 5-1 in favor of the Giants here in the 5th. Two balls and a strike. And tight to Belt, 3-1.
A lot of the pitches you'll see from Coleman to 2 left-handers is that fastball's got a little cut to it. Not a big movement, about a 3 or 4 inch slide, but it's as subtle as it is. It is effective getting up the bat on lefties.
And the walk. So here's Adrianza, who's going to hit for the first time. Adrianza takes a call strike. You see Benny. Benny's here.
Dave Benzer, a hero of ours. You may know him as the camera person in the visitors' dugout at AT&T. But
0-2.
Dave Benzer is a cancer survivor, and he really has made a lifetime out of raising money. As he was getting chemotherapy and radiation waiting in waiting rooms around the Bay Area, he realized that there wasn't a lot to do. So he started putting sound systems in, getting money. Really has done some amazing things.
Popped up. Saltalamacchia is coming back, and that's going to end the inning. Benny, you the man, baby. Big play the Togo's way. It happened yesterday. Matt Duffy, just another diving play. This one to his right as he takes a hit away from Nick Ahmed in the 8th inning. That's our Togo's big play the Togo's way.
That was a great play. And Ryan Vogelsong
saved him an earning.
Saved him an earned run, indeed.
Here's Tomas. Tomas on the ground. Panic on the backhand. Nice, easy toss. 1 out.
1 pitch, 1 out. Thank you.
Nothing like getting tested, huh?
Well, I mean, baseball is a lot of stops, starts, a lot of bending and twisting and different angles, finding a quick balance point. And when you have had a back injury, as he has had to fight through this year, it just,
you can see it.
Yeah. It's not easy.
So here's Chris Owings.
And what a back injury will do to you is it'll change your life. The way you work out, the way you prepare for a game, the way you wind down from a game. Got to pay attention to it the rest of your career.
Hit into center field. Pagan got a good jump, and he'll track it down. 2 outs. So Romack is going to be the pinch hitter. So Jamie Romack. And Romack takes a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 to Romack. 0-2 to Romack. Romack on the ground to Duffy. It's a foul ball.
How economical has Tim Hudson been tonight with his pitch count? Well, at the end of 5 innings, you want to be around 75 or less. So he's at 57, which gives you an idea of how economical he has been. He's been very good. A chance here to have a very low pitch inning.
Romack out swinging. 27 home runs and 100 RBIs for Romack in Reno. Not tonight. '57 when the Braves were world champs, by the way. Happened at the Polo Grounds. The Giants beat the Dodgers in the last game played between the rivals in New York. Don Drysdale took the loss for Brooklyn. And if I said to you, Honker hit a 2-run home run for the Giants, do you know who that would be?
Hank Sauer.
Hank Sauer hit a 2-run home run for the Giants, and the Giants won 3-2. Honker.
One of our all-time
Oh,
favorites.
my goodness. He's the best.
And we missed the honker.
I love Honker. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your oil change tune-up and smog experts.
So Keith Hessler, the new pitcher now for the Diamondbacks, 11th game that he has pitched in since being called up from Reno, their AAA affiliate. Hessler started the year off in A-ball, went to AA, went to AAA, so he has run the gamut in the minor league system. But take your at-bats against him. He's got a good fastball. It's a low to mid-90s fastball, and he's got a hard slider. Gives you 2 looks.
Blanco not waiting around, fouls it out of play. Blanco hit a home run to open things up in the 3rd. Originally called in play. And then ruled gone.
Hey, you're only going to hit 5 home runs in a year. I mean, you don't want anybody to mess with your trot, you know?
That's exactly right. You live for the trot.
Yes.
Out of play down the left field line. Hank Sauer, when I got over to the Giants, he was his longtime scout, right?
Yep.
So once I got through playing, nothing was on computers then. They were all in files. And he dug into the files and pulled out all the scouting reports the Giants had on me.
Well, how cool
and
is
he
that?
gave them to me.
Still have them.
And then when I looked at him, I realized why he gave them to me, because he had the best reports on me. This has popped up, and Lamb's going to come in and take control.
So what do you say about you?
Oh no, he's just really nice things. But I mean, could you imagine if he'd have said, "Not can't play. This guy's too small. He doesn't hit home runs." I don't think he'd have given it to me.
I don't think he'd have handed that to you. It has been Tim Hudson night tonight. Been strong through 5 innings on the mound tonight. 2 hits, a home run, his 4th in his career, and a single the opposite way.
This was the big fly. He got on top of a pitch up.
This is back to back as Gregor Blanco homered ahead of him. It lit up that Giants dugout.
I think that was Hunter Pence being Hunter Pence. When he gets excited, he can be a little scary.
Well, you can't help but be excited with him.
Look at him. Uh-oh. Oh, I miss that guy on the field. Two down. Little pop-up. And that'll bring up Pagan.
And that was in Instructional League in 1974. I was with the Cubs organization. And he was the very first guy that had ever told me that I was going to play in the big leagues. And Hank Sauer was with the Giants. We played every day. It was a day game always. We were over at Phoenix. Hank was there with the Giants rookies. I pitched that day through 3 innings, and then afterwards we were walking out. He made a special trip to walk over to me and said, "Kid, you're going to pitch in the big leagues." And that meant the absolute world.
He's the best. There's a strike to Pagan, and it's 0-1.
So years later, I get to the Giants organization, and who do I see? Hank Sauer. And I told him that story. He said, "Well, did you doubt it?"
Well, I think there's another story. Center field, struck well. Pollock on the move. It is off the top of the wall and caught. I never saw it.
CSN Bay Area is brought to you by Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com and by Xfinity, home of the most live sports.
Well, Giants fans and parents of our young Giants fans with peanut allergies, the last peanut allergy-friendly game of the season will be on September 18th as the Giants take on these very same Arizona Diamondbacks. Come out to AT&T Park and sit in a designated section worry-free for being exposed to peanuts. Go to sfgiants.com/special events to purchase tickets and to learn more about the special program.
So it's Pollock to lead things off here in the 6th. And there's a called strike. Pollock has bounced out twice, both times to Crawford. Adrianza now in the game.
I never saw that last fly ball that ended things for the Giants in the top of the 6th.
Kept looking at the yellow line. Probably not the right place to look.
Well, I saw it the same way you did. I thought it hit off the wall. An optical illusion here at Chase Field.
Swing and a miss. 1-2.
Curveball. He hadn't thrown many curveballs tonight. For the most part, it's been sinker, slider, a couple of changeups. But here, the third time through, he's bringing out a few more surprises. The curveball.
Pollock skies this one out of play.
Heads up down there. Hey. Mom got it. That's my mom.
1-2 pitch to Pollock. And Pollock's going to poke one, and it's caught by Adrianza. 1 out. Here's our Geico quote. Bruce Bochy on the Giants' possibility of signing Mike Leake in the offseason. Well, you don't know what's going to happen, but if you're asking me, sure, who wouldn't want a Mike Leake?
Well, it was not his night last night, but I mean, he really has been very consistent. Giants just have not been able to get him any runs when he pitches. But I hope he signs back with the Giants. He's fun to watch. There is activity in the Giants bullpen. It has everything to do with the pitch count. George Contos and Josh Osich, the left-hander. This is going to be Tim Hudson's last inning no matter what. And Bruce Bochy has to be thrilled with what he's seen from Hudson.
Goodness.
Good pitch. Hudson thought he had strike 3 there, backdooring that little sinker in the outside corner.
Got him anyway.
Yeah, good, quick little slider.
Yeah, this goes way back when Brett Bochy, Bruce Bochy's son, were on a traveling team. You see Steven Strasburg on the left, and then Mike Leake. They put him in the back row, the little guy. That's a pretty good team right there. And I bet you the best hitter on that team was Mike Leake.
He was the best hitter on that team. He was the guy. And it's great to listen to Brett Bochy tell stories about that team. And Bruce Bochy tells stories about that team.
Goldschmidt takes low, 2 balls and no strikes.
A little league team that had 3 kids that would go on to the big leagues. How often does that happen? There's Brett Bochy. Welcome back to the big leagues.
Boy, good numbers in AAA. As Goldschmidt takes low.
You're right. You earned the right to be here. Solid season.
Strike to Goldschmidt with Peralta to follow. 3-2.
Right back in there with another 3-1 fastball. Other pitchers around the league saying Goldschmidt never took that on me on 3-1 count.
Got him. 3-0 to striking Goldschmidt out. 7th inning coming up. By your local Toyota dealer. Hudson's been fabulous. Anderson got chased. Tim Hudson, 74 pitches. And Hudson's also in the home run column. Belt's got an RBI double. You saw Bruce Bochy say something to Hudson when he came down the dugout steps. Maybe he said that's it. Maybe he said, "You got any more in you?" We'll find out. Here's Panic. Hessler pitched the 6th. He's out there here for the 7th. And that pitch is down low. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Joe Panic has been on base 3 times. The last time up, he got hit by a pitch. Fouls this one back.
Walk, double, hit by a pitch, scored once. Every scoreboard in the big leagues is different.
Out of play.
It is remarkable how that happens. I mean, big screen TVs are pretty much the norm around baseball, but everybody has their own way of presenting the game. It's a good board here. They do a very nice job.
My opinion, there's too much going on.
In what part?
Season stats.
Well, it's amazing how there's the season stats you're talking about. How when you introduce that to the fans of the ballpark, over time they get used to it, and then they can't take it away.
This is hit on the ground to Land. 1 out. This is when Hudson came in, as I mentioned earlier.
Manager gives you a handshake like that, that usually means you're done.
Yeah. Here's Chip Hale. So Hessler's going to depart when it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change in Auto Service, your oil change tune-up in smog experts.
.30 on CSN Bay Area. Pregame live at 6. Plus, you'll get complete pre- and post-game coverage at Giants insider Alex Pavlovich at csnbayarea.com. Home of the authentic Giants fan is CSN. And tomorrow it's going to be Chris Heston on the hill taking on Zach Godwin.
He's a rook.
A rook. And here is a rook. Enrique Burgos. 26th time that he has come in. He's a hard thrower. You're going to see a fastball. Look at the strikeouts, 35 and 22 in the third. You're going to see mid to high 90s with a fastball, hard slider. And he's got that little wild hair up his nose that is not the most comfortable at bat that you're going to have, especially if you're hitting off from the right side.
Duffy, it's a high drive to right. Pollock in front of the pool is going to make the catch. So Duffy retired, and here's Buster Posey.
Burgos from Panama City, Panama. I mean, you watch the motion of Burgos, and it almost looks like he's triple jointed. He's kind of a different type of delivery.
On the ground and a base hit for Buster Posey. 17th hit on the road trip.
Yeah, 94 mile an hour. How do you do fastball? And Buster Posey not impressed. Rakes it right into left field as he has just been dialed. It's the best balance he's had this swing all year, this last month.
So here's Bird. Bird checks his swing. They'll appeal. No swing. What?
It's raining in Arizona. Yes, it does rain in Arizona.
It does not.
A lot of humidity in the Valley of the Sun today. Hot day, high 90s, 100, but humid.
That foul. My 5-mile run this morning, that last mile was tough.
Was it?
And it must have been the humidity. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Did you take that run in your pajamas?
No, I got out of bed early. Had the morning show to do, of course. Remember, you're better doing that show when you're really tired. Like with no sleep and then run 4 miles.
Well, you did good.
One ball and 2 strikes. Belt is on deck. Good looking crowd. Bird, this might hit the roof. And coming in from left is Peralta, and that's going to end the inning. That is a big league pop-up. 5-1 Giants. One lead. Hudson is out of the game. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your oil change tune-up and smog experts. There's the man that's having a terrific season.
Well, it really has been a breakout season for this young left-hander, Josh Osich, born in 1988. Here he is in his rookie campaign, 24 games into it, 1-0 with a 1.40 ERA. 17 strikeouts and 19 1/3 against 5 walks. Mid to high 90s with the fastball, hard slider, and a changeup. Those are the 3 looks you get with him.
So here's Peralta. Peralta had an infield hit. He's 1 for 2. First pitch at the knees at 96, and it's no balls and 1 strike.
You know, the other thing too is he's not a max out guy. You watch him in his delivery, and it's a pretty easy 96. He's just big and he's strong. Yep, the gang's all here.
Yep. Everybody's got their hands full. 1 ball and 1 strike. On the ground, Osich has got it. 1 out.
Osich, 6'2", 230. From Boise, Idaho. Went to Oregon State. Hey, there's a Los Gatos gal here. Matt Duffy fan. Skeeter is Matt Duffy's cat. So, Los Gatos, cat, I get it. Gato.
Saltalamacchia, a switch hitter, so he will flip around and hit right-handed against Osich here in the 7th. Foul back, 1 ball and 1 strike. Osich to the plate, and it's outside. 2 balls and 1 strike.
There's the changeup. First few times we saw Osich pitch, it was pretty much all hard stuff. And then one day he breaks out this changeup, and it was like the greatest changeup we'd ever seen.
He threw it like 6 times in 1 inning. 2-2.
Good hard slider at 90. Hunter Strickland starting to get heated up. If the inning gets to Yasmani Tomas, the right-handed hitter who's in the hole, you'll see Strickland.
That's hit a ton. And it is gone. Saltalamacchia makes it a 5-2 ball game. And that's his 6th of the year.
The acoustics in this ballpark are amazing when you hit the ball on the nose like Saltalamacchia just did. And home runs sound really loud. Just a hanging slider right at the belt. And he did not miss it.
It's his 3rd home run right-handed. And here's Jake Lamb. And it's outside for a ball, 1-0. Lamb 0 for 1. He had a sacrifice pop-up in the 4th inning. And a strike. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Little pop up down the left field line. I do believe it's going to reach the seats, and it does. So it's 1-2. Tomas to follow. And he got him.
A little anger behind that slider.
It was. Yeah, remember the last time Osich pitched here? It was raining right on top of the mound.
This is right after the All-Star break. And just enough to mess with your footing
in your head. Welcome to the big leagues. Well, I only thought that happened in the minor leagues. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and smog experts. We'll talk about the game with Murph and Mac on KNBR 680, the sports leader. Maybe the best show of the year tomorrow. Do not miss it.
Well, I hope you're right. Here it's 5-2 Giants, and the new pitcher is going to be Hunter Strickland for Bruce Bochy. 45 games. He has had a very solid season. 38 base runners are out, allowed 44 and a third. And he has been very, very strong of late.
And he opens up the at-bat to Tomas with a slider, and it's no balls and 1 strike.
The Giants know Tomas loves that first pitch. Strickland gives you mid to high 90s fastballs, 2 times of movement with it. It's a hard slider and a split. Strong.
Swing and a miss. Nothing in 2. A run in here in the 7th on the home run by Saltalamacchia. No chance.
See ya.
And that'll end the inning. 8th inning coming up. 5-2 Giants.
The authentic 49ers fan, in-depth 49ers coverage every single night, and the home of the official pre- and post-game shows of the team. Sunday to Sunday, the home of the authentic 49ers fan is CSN.
So here's Belt. And Belt takes a strike. Belt 1 for 2. He doubled in a run in the 3rd inning. And he takes a low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Adrianza to follow. And Belt rolls it right past Adrianza, and it's 1-2. Another evening game tomorrow night, and then the Giants will be home to enjoy a home day off on Thursday. And Belt strikes out. Well, the Reds are in town, and on Wednesday, the 16th, that's the next homestand. The first 20,000 fans are going to receive a World Champions belt buckle, and it's courtesy of Scottsdale Convention and Visitors Bureau. And to get that belt buckle, come out to the game. Check out tickets at sfgiants.com/tickets.
It's a good one.
It is a good one.
I want to get that. I want to get that. I want to get that.
Here's Adrianza. Popped out in the 5th inning. And a little low.
Well, that's out in front of Chase Field. That's outside. That's Art.
Hit well into center field, but Pollock seems to have a beat on it. And that'll bring up Blanco. It's Art with a function.
Yeah, it's mesmerizing. If you're standing in line, take a look at that. Makes the time go by.
So here's Blanco. Blanco hit a big fly in the 3rd inning just to the right of straightaway center field. The 2nd of the road trip. You see his hands moving. Ernie Banks used to do that when we were kids, and you know, if a big leaguer does it and it's on TV like all the Cubs games were, well, then you're going to have to try it. But all it is you're just keeping your hands really loose, and he just constantly moves them a little bit. And it's a good example of how you like to say all the time, you just can't squeeze the bat. Now, I tried it playing golf. It doesn't work.
Well,
You end up throwing the club. Two and two.
but baseball, like golf, the lighter the grip, the heavier the bat head. The lighter the grip, the heavier the club head. I think that's the one thing that would blow the minds of most people if they knew just how light a grip that big league hitters put on a bat and big league pitchers put on a ball.
Up the middle, and Burgos spears it and throws him out. So, bottom of the 8th coming up. It remains 5-2 Giants.
guy's reaction and analysis, and it's all coming up right after the game.
Giants with a 5-2 lead. And the new pitcher is Sergio Romo.
Take a look at the year that Romo has had. 58th time he's come into a game. 3.11 ERA. A couple of saves and 2 opportunities he's cashed in. 61 strikeouts in 46 1/3 against 9 walks.
So here's Chris Owings. He'll be the first D-back to face Sergio Romo. And he shoots this one on the ground to Adrianza. And that's 1 pitch, 1 out. That's an Elvis out.
Thank you very much. No better way to start an inning.
So it looks like Ender Inciarte is going to be the pinch hitter.
That's the last of the left-handed hitters that Chip Hale, the skipper of the Diamondbacks, has available on his bench.
So Inciarte at the plate. And the pitch, swinging a pop-up. Adrianza, but it'll be Blanco, 2 outs. Romo has not broken a sweat here in the 8th.
And there is another left-hander. There's a switch hitter, Wellington Castillo, so I beg to differ. And I apologize for bad information. 2 pitches, 2 outs. Meanwhile, here.
So here's Pollock. Pollock takes a strike.
Oh for 10 lifetime with 5 strikeouts. And we're talking about an all-star caliber player here.
On the ground, Duffy. A nice little backhand. And Romo, a nice inning. 9th inning coming up. 5-2 Giants.
Live right here in CSN Bay Area. Alex Pavlovich will give you his take from Arizona. Steph Curry is in China. You'll get that story. And 49ers coach Jim Tomsula on the Vikings. So all that and more on the Hyundai Sportsnet Central. And you'll also find out that Wellington Castillo is not a switch hitter. He is a right-handed hitter. And indeed, there are no more left-handers left on the bench. So we've cleaned that up. New pitcher now.
You know what? I thought he was a switch hitter.
David Hernandez, 32nd time that he has come in. 1-4 with a 4.44 ERA.
Well, you stuck up for me on a ball hit to center field. So
Yeah, but
it's kind of back at you.
I can't read my writing. That's the problem.
So Diaz steps in. And they're going to say Diaz went around. He looks back at Angel Hernandez. He's going, you know what, Angel? Look, I just beg to differ on this one.
All right, did he go?
He did not.
No, he did not.
Two balls and one strike.
But David Hernandez give you some good stuff. You're going to see mid to high 90s fastballs, hard curveballs, changeup. 3 good ways to strike you out.
Out of play.
Hernandez back after Tommy John surgery. And throwing hard again. It's amazing what surgeons do. It just absolutely blows my mind. Tommy John is all over. Guys come back rebuilt, throwing as hard.
Goldschmidt has it. He will flip it to Hernandez. 1 out. And here's Angel Pagan.
Hunter Strickland. Tommy John.
Yep. Let go by the Pirates.
99, 100-mile-an-hour fastballs.
Tim Hudson.
Tommy John. I mean, I don't think there's a staff in the big leagues that doesn't have at least one rebuilt arm on it.
Pagan is 1 for 4. He takes low.
And you wonder what happened before Tommy John? You were Tommy gone when you had that ligament damage. Your career was over.
Daniel Hudson, 2 of them.
Daniel Hudson, 2 Tommy Johns. How about that? So, a chance for us to tip our caps to all the orthopedic surgeons around the country who have rebuilt baseball players. Dr. Akazuki is the orthopedic surgeon here for the Giants, the resident miracle worker.
One and 2 to Pagan.
But of the way that the game has evolved over the last several decades, I mean, it's the medical staffs that are so much more advanced now than they were back in previous generations. Trainers have rehab specialists, strength coaches, and it really has helped guys come back from injuries and prolong their careers. It's a great thing about this game and about every game at the big league level now.
Lifted into center field for Pollock. 2 outs, and Panik will hit for the 5th time.
Well, he's been on base 3 times tonight. Walk, hit batsman, knock.
Duffy would hit if Panik extends the inning. And the pitch is low. Driven high and deep. It is out of here. Number 8 for Joe Panic. Hey, you think the Giants missed him?
Oh. Yes. Yes, they did. And so did every Giants fan. Welcome back, Joe Panic.
So here's Duffy. Did he hit that over the pool?
Hit it over the pool.
I had my pool call down. And he hit it over the pool.
He short hops the back wall, and then it kicks back onto the playing field. There it is. Now let's take a look exactly where it did hit the back wall as we follow the flight. Short hop.
Oh, man.
I know. You wanted it to get wet.
I had it down.
See, I think if they have a splash hit here, it should go on the board at AT&T. Splash hits. The Giant hits it. Come on. And Duffy's cat, Skeeter.
Did that guy have Skeeter eating a hot dog?
Well, Skeeter's a big cat.
Three and one. Yeah, they said Skeeter's losing weight, made a life decision.
It's important. 50-pound cats. You don't see many of them walking around.
And this gets away from Saltalamacchia, and his throw is in time. And that'll end the inning. Joe Panic. He knocks one over the pool. And the Giants lead 6-2. Joe Panic. And the new pitcher for the Giants is their closer, Santiago Casilla.
32 saves on the year for Casilla. This is not a save situation as the Giants lead by 4. 49 strikeouts in 48 innings against 20 walks. Casilla will give you 2 types of fastball, curveball, cutter, and a changeup. And his velocity will be mid to high 90s. Depending on the grip or the mood.
So Gosselin's going to lead things off. Giants trying to pick up their 3rd win on this trip. Started out a little weird, didn't it?
It did.
0-5?
Yes.
First pitch strike to Goslin, who's 0 for 3. Oh, and 2.
Good curveball. Mechanically, Casilla in a better place now than he was a few weeks back. It really shows up in his breaking ball.
Look out, off the end of the bat, foul.
Another thing, too, we've always known about Casilla, he likes the hot weather. You see his high velocities, and he had a couple of fastballs in the Rockies series at 97. His highest velocity on the year.
Down low, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Some of our finest here tonight. One ball, 2 strikes. 2-2. So 0-2 to 3-2.
So Casilla just kind of taking his time. He knows you have to make everybody swing the bat when you have a 4-run lead, especially the leadoff hitter in an inning. It's an important out to get.
Hit out to right. Bird moving over. And Bird is going to make the catch. So Goslin 0 for 4.
And that's exactly how you handle that situation if you're Casilla. Put the pressure on the hitter.
Goldschmidt singled off of Hudson in the 4th. Overall 1 for 3 tonight. In tight for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes.
A lot of similarities in the setup that Goldschmidt has to the setup that Buster Posey has. Kind of drape that bat over his shoulder, and then he raises up in a position, gets his back hip gathered, take it all the way in that 1-0 count.
And that'll be down the right field line and out of play.
Just a great swing. He has been their money man, their main guy since he showed up. He was a hit immediately. But you watch his swing, and you can see why.
Got him.
Not this time. You see him? Just reach it back, 95 and right through the strike zone. And Goldschmidt, a little uppercut there underneath it. That'll make Dave Righetti happy. Giants pitching coach.
So here's Peralta. And Peralta pops this one foul and out of play. Peralta had an infield hit in the fourth. He's 1 for 3.
Giants a win tonight. Have a chance to win the series tomorrow behind Chris Heston.
There's a strike, 2-2. $18,683 here tonight. Watching Santiago Casilla look into Buster Posey, 2-2. And that's out of play, and we'll reset and do it again.
96th in there and 2 strike. Good fastball.
And Peralta making it not easy for Santiago Casilla.
Dying hard. I mean, that was 89 mile an hour cut. Perfect location outside corner. He extended out the foul away.
Two balls, 2 strikes. And that's foul down the right field line, so we'll do it again.
How's lefty doing down there?
Not too bad. Golden Glovers, I believe. Earlier in this franchise, they call them Golden Oldies. But those 20-year-olds that were down there didn't really appreciate that, so they became Golden Glovers.
They did not fit the prototype.
2-2. Got him, and that's the ball game. So the game started with an unhappy hitter. It's going to end with an unhappy hitter. And the Giants win game 2 of this 3-game series. So nice job. And really, this one's all about Tim Hudson.
Well, Hudson was fantastic. I mean, he really had a nice snap on the slider. He had good sink on the sinker. Hey, he got a couple of hits, so 6 strong. He's the winning pitcher, and a nice welcome addition back to the Giants rotation.
Blanco, Hudson, Panic, they hit home runs. All in all, a good night. Final score, Giants 6, D-backs 2. Stay tuned. Esurance Giants postgame live starts right now.